take a minute, see if anybody who shows up today. I shouldn't say anybody because people always show up, but who? Candles are so pretty, you can't see them. Okay. My name is Paris, and this is Wicked Kind Yoga. And this is our 7:30 a.m. talk on yoga for addiction or meditation. Today we're going to be working with a meditation that has to do with purity and cleanliness for the body, which of course is good for anyone, but takes on a little bit of a different meaning when it comes to addiction. So we'll talk about that a little bit. This is Princess. So what I wanted to talk about today a little bit before we get started with the actual meditation is that the words that we speak become our truth. When it comes to things that we say about ourselves and when it comes to addiction, these are things that stick with us. So for me, there's a couple, different quotes or things that jump out. Okay, so here's my teacup, right, for example. And it says, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. Buddha. I don't know if he actually said any of that. I take these quote things with pretty much everyone, unless I read it in their book or something, with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't know if Jesus said all the things in the Bible and all that. I don't know if Buddha really said that, but the idea behind it is that you can create your own reality by your actions and your words. And it's the same thing when it comes to spells. Like if I go to do some sort of spell and I put my words out there, my words are my intention. So why would it be any different when we speak about ourselves or we speak about those around us or the reality that we're creating for ourselves? Why would the words that we say be any different or have any less power than they do when we mean for them to have power? Does that make sense? Hope so. So when we tell ourselves things when it comes to addiction, and this kind of goes back to the satya of non-lying, but it's not just that. It's we tell ourselves these things, like sometimes people will joke, oh, my liver's on its last leg or whatever, haha. Or memes about I'm sorry liver for this weekend or whatever. Yeah, okay, get that it's kind of funny or whatever, but in reality, it's not funny. You're destroying your body. You're destroying your mind. In lots of cases, you're destroying other parts of your life. And it's really not funny. It's not a funny thing to say. Or when we say things like, oh, my body's trashed anyway, so I'm just going to continue to feed it these foods that your body doesn't know what to do with, and I'm gonna drink this gallon of wine because whatever. So we're doing these things and we're thinking that we're saying it as if it's funny, as if it's a joke, okay, even the quarantine, I'm gonna be 600 pounds after this or whatever. Okay, but in reality you're destroying yourself. So what's the truth? And the words that we say about how we feel about it directly affect everything around us. If you tell the universe, or as Abraham Hicks would put it, vortex, right? You should have said vortex, that I don't care about my body, it's all a joke, then that's what you're going to get. So for today's meditation, we're going to tell ourselves something over and over and over again. And we're essentially creating a spell. We're spelling ourselves into this other version of ourselves. And this doesn't mean that you can trash your body and then say this spell and everything's fine. It's to say that if you put out into the universe this feeling that we're going to go through this feeling of purity, then if you go to have that shot or to eat that donut that you don't really want, right? Your subconscious, your mind, your self, talked about yesterday, your true self, it's going to stop you because that's not you. That's not what you want. That's the theory. So with that being said, let's find our spot for meditation. I'm actually going to grab a blanket to sit up on. You can grab a blanket or a pillow to sit on. It's kind of nice if you're unfamiliar with a meditation pillow or a blanket or something. If you sit right on the edge of it, you'll feel your pelvic bone. So I'm just going to show you from the side. So like when you sit down, I'm just going to over-exaggerate for the sake of this. You sit down on the mat, right? You're like this kind of. You're going to push down and you're going to push and feel the ground below you on both sides. So you're pushing down, lifting up, and it not that you can't sit like this, but try that, and then take a blanket, sit up on it. Oh, and then you'll see that your pelvic bone area can spill off in the front here, the front of the blanket, so you sit right on the edge, and this creates this sort of like, oh, space for your back here. Not that you want to, curve all the way in, but it lets that pelvic bowl sort of tilt a little bit in a way that is comfortable, and it allows for you to sit a little bit taller. You don't have the urge to sit like this, because if you sit forward, that actually is your balance. So if that makes sense to people. I know it's hard to see and discuss things in the video, but that's that. Anyway, so find your seat. Put yourself in there. Wherever you want to be today. Let's take 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in and out. One more. And out. Start to connect with your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Slowing your inhales. And then matching your exhale. Begin to notice the space around you. What does the mat feel like beneath your feet, your legs? What does the air feel like on your skin? What do you hear in the room around you? begin with the farthest away sound that you can hear. And recognize it. And begin to bring your awareness in towards yourself, following those sounds. Even with your eyes closed, you can imagine the space that those sounds come from. Let the awareness come in through the windows if it started out there. Eventually to where the only awareness is the sound of your own breath and my voice. Imagine, picture, or visualize the inner workings of your body. The muscles, bones, your heart pumping, your lungs and your diaphragm expanding and contracting. Muscles in your legs, your bones in whatever position they're in. Picture your own body. Let that awareness fade again to only your breath. Turn your palms to face up. Then begin the thought, I am clean and pure. My body is clean and pure. Let's go with that. My body is clean and pure. You can say it out loud to yourself if you'd like. My body is clean and pure. Keeping your eyes closed, maybe you imagine yourself now sitting in a small or large, however you like, pool of water. Perhaps you're in a rainforest or a jungle somewhere. Perhaps you're underneath a waterfall. The water coming down warm on your head, down around your shoulders, the front side of your body, down your back. And get to your waist, you're sitting in this pool of cleanliness, this pool of water. And in front of you, you notice there's a small ledge. And off that ledge falls any impurities, anything washed away by this waterfall. A continuous stream of clear, crystal, warm water coming down and around your body, coating you like a cape of cleanliness, cape of purity. As you say to yourself, my body is clean and pure. Maybe you can envision any damage done, any illness you may have caused yourself, washing away. And it doesn't have to be dark or ugly. You can imagine these impurities as color if you'd like. You can imagine them as stones, small pebbles rolling down and out your fingertips and out your toes and out your knees and away from you. My body is clean and pure. Keep repeating this mantra to yourself. My body is clean and pure. My body is clean and pure. And with every breath and every round of the mantra, you feel yourself get lighter. Your veins open up. Your blood flows freely. The breath and the life force within traveling through, sweeping through and clearing out any unnecessary blockages or harm. My body is clean and pure. Breathe that belief into your belly, into yourself. My body is clean and pure. And imagine yourself sitting here. Maybe that waterfall begins to slow. That water washing away from you begins to dissipate. There you are, sitting. A new light being. Pure and clean, healthy and radiant. You feel the sunlight on your skin. You see the glistening in every limb of your body. Your face feels soft and new. Here you are, this new version of yourself, clean and pure. As we begin to bring ourselves out of the meditation, do so gently and with carrying with you this idea. I'd like you to gently open your eyes and look down at your own body. Keep the mantra going. My body is clean and pure. My body is clean and pure. Like we said, the words that we speak become our spells, become our truth, become what we're asking for. We're asking ourselves and for the energy of the universe to keep us and help us stay clean and pure. Be mindful the next time that you reach for something that counteracts this. Notice that little voice maybe in your head that says, wait, this is not clean and pure. This is not what I need. This is not what I'm asking for. And listen. We have so many aspects to ourselves when it comes to mind, body, and spirit, but they do all work together. And when it comes to health in general, not just addiction, but especially addiction, of anytime we're putting something in our body, knowing that it's not good for us and doing it anyway, I would consider that an addiction. Anytime we are around someone who hurts us and yet we continue to do it, that's an addiction. So my body is clean and pure. Relates, of course, to your physical body, your muscles and your intestines and the things that we put in us, but also the situations that we put ourselves in. Your body cannot be clean and pure while it's filled with rage and anger and hurt and pain. Not that these things don't exist, but we have a choice to put ourselves in those situations. So just think about that. My body is clean and pure. That is my spell for today. Please bring your hands to your heart. Hands together and bring your thumbs up towards your mouth. Making a promise to speak words that are true, kind, and necessary. Hands down to your heart. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. Namaste. Think about the words that you put out in the world. Those are your spells. Those are your reality. My sister sent something once that said, taste the words before you spit them out. Those are words even relating to your own self. You tell yourself you're not worth taking care of. Who's going to do it for you? Love you all. Have a great day.